Hi everyone, welcome back to Peace, our 30-day yoga journey. Today is day 25, flow. So to me, when I think of flow, I think of water, I think of yielding, I think of power, I think of strength. And there's something called the flow state, which is where you're completely absorbed in whatever you're doing and you have just effortless attention. You're not distracted. You feel at one with whatever it is that you're doing. And time kind of slows down. It's irrelevant. And you're just in this state of flow. I'd like to read a quote for you from Lao Tzu. Life is a series of natural and spontaneous changes. Don't resist them. That only creates sorrow. Let reality be reality. Let things flow naturally forward in whatever way they like. So flowing is like going on with the flow of life and not really being distracted and anxious. It's really kind of finding that peace inside of yourself where you can feel like you're moving with the current rather than against it. Not to say that sometimes we don't need to move against the current, but in general, we want to use our energy wisely so that we're going with the flow and finding the path, which might be our own path, which might be a path that's started by others, but just like being really comfortable within ourselves with who we are. So let's start by closing our eyes and start to move with the breath. So let the breath flow through you, let your spine flow, let everything move easily and gently. Just feel the flow of your breath, of your spine, of your mind and body being connected. So there's not really a separation. You're completely in the moment, feeling what's going on. On your next inhale, reach your arms up, interlace your fingers, and reach up through the palms. And then arch your heart forward, coming into a little back bend, and round your body back. And just go back and forth, lifting and arching, and rounding and reaching. And just stay in the flow state with your breath. Next time you come up, release your hands. Bring your right hand off to the side and reach your left arm up and over. And then flow back over to the left side, reaching the right arm across, and flow back and forth from side to side. So that the movement feels natural. And you don't really have to think about it. You just want to get into the flow, into the vibe. Nice, come back to center. Inhale, reach your arms up, twist through your waist, through your torso, and lower your arms down by your sides. Well, front to back. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, twist to the other side and float your arms down. A couple more times. Just flowing with your breath and being absorbed in whatever it is that you're feeling. Reach your arms up again, interlace your fingers, and roll your wrists around. Getting some nice movement in the wrists, feeling like your hands are flowing, opening up places that maybe are a little bit tight. And reach your arms forward again as you reach your back behind you. Inhale back up. Bring your right hand down to the side, pick your left knee up, and straighten your left leg as you reach your left arm over your head. And come back to seated, flip your legs, and same thing other side. And we'll just do that fluidly a couple more times. Making this feel effortless. And we'll just finish up with this. One more time each side. Nice. Come back to center and let's roll onto our hands and knees in tabletop. And start to move your spine in all kinds of directions. Don't really think about it too much, but do think about gripping with your hands so that your hands are not just relaxed into the ground, but they are giving you support. And just go with your own flow. It might be similar to what I'm doing. It might be something different. And come back to center. I'm going to ripple our spine. So just to prepare, let's just like tilt the pelvis back and forth. So not a whole lot of movement, but feeling the pelvis move. And then puff the ribs up and down. So trying to move mainly through the ribs, not so much through the hips. Not to say that there's not going to be some movement, because everything's connected. And then roll the shoulders in both directions. And lift and lower your head. Nice and slow. Noticing how your neck feels. And we'll put it all together. So as you inhale, lift your tailbone up, lower the ribs down, lift your heart forward, lift your chin up. And then curl the tailbone underneath, rounding through your spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. And just continue moving with the flow of your breath. And then shift your hips back into child's pose. Reach your hands forward as far as they'll go. And we're going to round up and come all the way forward into cobra. So lower your thighs down, pull your shoulders back. And then leading with your back, puff up. And sit your hips back into child's pose. A couple more times. Inhale forward. All the way to cobra. And exhale back. Child's pose. One more time. Inhale forward. This time tuck your toes and make your way back to down dog. Inhale forward to plank. And come all the way through for upward facing dog. Exhale back into downward facing dog. Inhale forward to plank. Upward dog. Exhale, lower your knees down. Child's pose. Inhale forward to cat. Exhale back to down dog. Inhale forward to plank. Exhale upward facing dog. Lower your knees down, stretch back into child's pose. One more time. Inhale round forward. Exhale lift back. Inhale ripple forward, coming all the way down into your upward facing dog. And back to downward facing dog. Walk your feet in just a little bit and come up onto your toes. And then we're going to pivot the feet, internally and externally rotating. Spinning on our feet. And now bring your feet forward a little bit until you can lift. You can walk your hands closer to your feet until you can lift the whole front of your foot up. And same thing, pivot back and forth on your heel. Plant your feet down as you spread your toes and walk your feet forward to your hands. Again, lift and spread your toes. Sprinkle them back down again. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. And pause for a moment. Inhale, sweep your arms toward the sky. Gaze up. Exhale, reach forward as you forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, place your hands down and step back into plank. Inhale, lift back to down dog. Exhale, forward to plank. Inhale, down dog. Exhale, plank. One more time. Inhale, down dog. Exhale, plank, and back to down dog. So sweep your right leg up. And internally and externally rotate the hip. Getting some nice fluid motion in the hip joint. And then pull your knee into your chest, step your foot all the way forward. Rise up, crescent lunge. Open up, twisted crescent, and reach back. Swing the back arm all the way forward. Rotate the back foot open, coming into warrior two. Sink your hips. And inhale, reach up and back. Reverse your warrior. Come back through warrior two. Lift the back heel up, coming back into crescent lunge. And reach your arms forward, standing splits. Reach your left leg up. Step back, down dog. Inhale, flow your left leg up toward the sky. Exhale, float your foot forward to your hands. Inhale, rise up with your breath. Twisted crescent. Reach your arms out to the sides. Inhale, reach up and back. Swing the back arm forward, pivot on the back foot, open up, warrior two. Reach back, reverse your warrior. Come all the way forward again. Pivot the back heel up, crescent lunge. Step forward, standing splits. And step back, downward facing dog. Walk your hands in a little bit, bend your knees so your knees are just hovering above the floor. And then we're going to spin. So pick your right foot up, spin on your left toes, place your left heel down, and reach your foot forward. Bring your arm back. And then come back to center. Pick the left foot up, pivot on the right foot, lower the right heel down. Reach your leg forward and your arm back. Come back to center, switch legs. And reach. And pivot. And reach. One more time. And just see if you can flow from side to side. Stretch back into down dog. Look towards your hands and hopper step forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift up and extend. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, bow. One more time, lift and lengthen. Exhale, bow, press into the earth. Inhale, rise all the way up. And exhale, hands to your heart. Bend your knees, sink your hips down, reach your arms forward and up. And lift up through your heels and lower down through the heels. Inhale, reach the heels up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Bring your hands together and twist over to the right. Float your left heel up and lightly step your foot back. Open your chest towards the side and lift up. Reach your arms back. Reach back again, reversing your crescent, and swing the back arm all the way forward and up, open up, warrior two. Lift the front heel up and lower it down. And just lift and lower a few more times. And reach up and back, reverse your warrior. Come back through warrior two and coming into side angle. Pivot your hands forward, pivot your feet, coming into a wide-legged forward fold. And just start to flow from side to side, just letting everything ripple through your whole body. Come forward again, pivot your right foot forward, step your left foot forward, Utkatasana, rise up. Just do little movements here to help you settle into chair pose. And press the hands together and twist over to the left. Lighten up through your right foot and float your right leg back. Continue twisting to your right and then lift your elbow up, stretch your arms apart, reach back, spin the back arm forward, open up, warrior two. Adjust your feet if you need to. And actually lift and lower your front foot, your front heel. And reach up and back, reverse your warrior. Come back through warrior two and right away into side angle. Bring your hand down, pivot your feet toward the long edge of the mat, and start to glide from side to side. And maybe if you want, you could start going into some deeper lunges. Maybe even sink all the way down. Reach your right arm forward, reach your left arm up and over. Then come back through center, sink over to the other side. Reach the left arm forward, reach the right arm up and over. Then come back to center, pivot your left foot forward. Step your right foot forward, coming into Uttanasana. And just kind of swing your butt from side to side, maybe circle both directions. And heel toe your feet apart a little bit. Lower your hips and come on into a squat. Then we're going to rock and roll back and forth. So start to lower your hips to the floor. Curl your chin and rock back and forward. Maybe pause and hold. Find your Navasana. And tuck your legs in. Rock back and forward and hold. A couple more times. Rock back, forward and hold. Last one. Rock back, forward and hold. The next time we're going to see if we can rock back and rock all the way up to standing. Back and forward. Coming into a standing forward fold. And just lift and lower your feet. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, sweep wide. Exhale, forward fold. Step back into plank and back to down dog. We're going to come into wild thing. So bend your knees, pivot your knees to the left. Press into your right big toe mound. Lift your hips up. Reach your arm up. Press into the right hand. Lift your hips as high as you can. And then lift your leg up and your arm up, coming into almost like a star shape. And bend your knee. Place your foot behind you. Open up, wild thing. And now we're going to pivot. So we're going to bring the left hand down, pivoting on the right foot. And spin over to the left. Straighten your leg either in the air or on the floor. And back to down dog. Bend your knees. Bend your knees. Pivot your knees to the right. Plant into your left big toe mound. Stack your feet. Lift the hips, lift the arm. Reach the arm overhead. Straighten the legs as much as you can. And then Reach your arm up, reach your leg up, reach your hip up, hips up, and step your foot behind you. Open up, Wild Thing. Now we're just going to pivot on that left foot, bringing the right hand down. Send the right leg over to the left. And come on back. Lower the knees, come on back into child's pose. And feel your breath flowing through you. Walk your hands back. Bring your right hand behind you and reach your left arm up and over. And swing the left arm forward and out to the side. Sweep the right arm up and over. And now an option to lift up. So as you reach across, bring your hips forward. And as you lower down, swing your arm out to the side. Come back to the other side, lift your hips up. Come on back down. Reach your hands forward. Actually, let's do what we did earlier in the beginning. So just hover with your knees above the ground. And then we're going to pick the right foot up, pivot on the left foot, lower the heel down, send your leg across. Come back through center, pick the left foot up. So you lower the right heel, send your foot across. And just slowly flow from side to side. One more time each side. Nice. Come back to down dog. Inhale, ripple forward to plank. Exhale, back, down dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, upward facing dog. Lower your thighs down, point your toes, cobra. And just gently float from side to side. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back for a down dog. Inhale, sweep the right leg up. Externally rotate the hip. Circle your ankle. And swing your leg all the way out to the side. And step it forward. Where your hand was, lower the left knee down and twist to the right. Option to bend your right knee. Reach for your foot with your left foot with your right hand and open up. And release your foot. Bow forward. And come back and see if you can find your foot again. Hug in. Release the foot. Flow your arm forward. Inhale, float up and back. Draw your heel into your hip. And one more time. Reach forward. And back. And release your foot. Step back, down dog. Inhale, float the left leg up. Circle your ankle. Externally rotate your hip and swing your leg wide. Stepping it forward to where your hand was. Lower the right knee down and twist to the left. Option here to bend the right knee. Reach back with your left hand for your right foot. Open up. Release your foot. Straighten your legs, stretch forward. Inhale, up and back. Again, reach for your foot. Pull it in gently. Release. And flow back and forth. Just finding a rhythm here. That feels natural and good for you. And release your foot. Step back into down dog. Walk your feet forward to your hands. And come on into a squat again. Lower your hips down. And reach your arms forward as you lower your back to the floor. Hug your knees into your chest. Open your arms out to the side. Stretch your right leg out and your left leg up in the air. We're just gonna float our leg over to the right. Tap your hand if you can, and float it across and over to the left. Maybe you can tap your hand here. And just float and flow back and forth, keeping a nice fluid movement. Good. Reach your leg up and slowly float your left leg down all the way to the ground. When it touches, keep your left leg down, float the right leg up, and reach across to the left and over to the right, and back up across to the left. Just aiming to touch your toes to your hand, but if it doesn't happen, it's no big deal. What we really want to do is just get in the flow, feel the movement. Nice, come back to center. Stretch out through your right toes as you slowly lower your right leg to the floor. Then bring your knees up in the air, feet as wide as your mat, and start to twist from side to side, really stretching out through the left side when you twist to the right, and stretching out through the right side when you twist to the left. And just go back and forth a couple more times. Finding that flow state where it feels almost as if you're being moved, like your breath. It's like we're being breathed, but we're also breathing. We can also control the breath for limited periods of time. And see if your movement can get into the flow of your breath, of your whole body. Now come back to center, hug your knees into your chest. And float your arms and legs in the air with your hands floating above the shoulders. And now imagine that your hands are connected to your feet, and your feet are connected to each other, and your hands are connected to each other. And start to circle your hands and your feet, seeing if you can keep the movement synchronized. So that they're moving together in harmony. And reverse the circles. Good, now hug your knees into your chest and stretch out for a short savasana. Just settle yourself in. And let everything relax. And start to bring a little bit of movement into your body. And when you're ready, just gently and slowly make your way up to a comfortable seat. Thank you so much for joining me today in this practice, day 25, flow, part of our 30-day peace journey. And I hope you really feel in that flow state where everything feels connected, where you feel peaceful and serene and just really good about yourself and others. Please bring your hands together in front of your heart. Namaste. I'd love to hear from you. If you could leave a comment below, that'd be great. And I'll see you tomorrow for day 26, Explore. Have a good rest of your day. Bye.